Hello everyone, in this video we'll write one SQL query to display the email domain and domain extension from the email ID of different persons. So this is our person email table where we have person ID and email of different persons. Now from this table we have to fetch the email domain and domain extensions. So let's see our expected output. So this is the expected output where we are fetching the domain and domain extension. Like if you observe the first row, then you can see the email is ravi.gupta1@gmail.com. So the domain will be gmail.com and the domain extension will be .com. Now we'll write the query to get our desired output. So first we are fetching the person ID and email from the person email table, and you can see this is all our email IDs of different persons. Now to get the domain name from the email, we have to use instring and substring function. Now if you don't know anything about instring and substring function, you can refer my earlier video. You'll find the link in the description box. Now to get the domain name from the email ID, we have to get all the characters after the symbol. So first of all, we'll find the position of this symbol in the email IDs. So for this, we'll use the instring function. So I'll write instring email, comma, and we'll put the character @. Now we'll run this query. So you can see we are getting the position of the symbol of the email ID. So we have to cut all the characters after this position till the end of the email. So that we'll do using the substring function. So I'll write substring and I'll use email as our string, comma, this position. So this position will fetch the position of the @. Now, if you observe any row, like the first row, the position of the is 12. So, to get the domain name, we have to start the position from 13 till the end of the string. So, for this, we'll use in string email comma plus 1 so that it will start from after the and then it will go to the till the end of the string. That we don't need to mention. So now we can put the name of the column as domain name, and then we run this query. So you can see we are getting the domain name correctly for all the email IDs. Now I have to fetch the extension of the domain from the domain name. So our extension will be like .com, .in or .co.in. So for this, I will use this entire query as common table expression, and in the main query, we'll fetch the extension from the domain name. So I'll write with, I have to put some name like email domain as, and in the main query, I'll first select all the columns of this common table expression. So I'll use person ID, email, comma, domain name, and now from the domain name I'll fetch the extension of the domain. So for this we'll use the same logic of substring and instring, but now within the instring function we have to use dot operator instead of because from the domain name we can see like the extension will be starting from the dot operator like .com or .in. So we'll use this dot and we'll remove this +1 because now we want to include the dot as well. Okay, and instead of email we'll use the domain name here, and I'll put the name of the column as domain extension. from the email domain CTE. So now we'll run this query. So now you can see we are getting the domain extension as .com or .co.in or .gov.in.